are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
love. on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, all across the nation at 866-972-7247. I'm so glad to be connecting with all of you, and we're here to answer your questions. We're also here to navigate the change that is a powerful one here today on August 12th, the great solar eclipse day. Transformation day. Day to just shift consciousness, to become aware of where we've been and what we want to manifest moving forward. And giving us an opportunity to look back. How has life been since January? And from this moment to the end of the year, what will we create? What will be in our vision? And what shall we take action on? How shall we direct our thoughts, our words? Where will we embrace the heartfelt sentiment of love? The most powerful gift we could have on this planet, the energy of love. This new moon is clearing away the darkness, burning away the energies that no longer serve you, preparing us for the weeks to come, and thus the months to come. But this very powerful August is here to wake you up. So if you weren't awake, you need to wake up. And I mean, take a look at where you are. Take a look at what you're doing. Take a look at what's bringing you joy and where the dissatisfaction lies. For where the dissatisfaction lies is where the crack is, and that crack can break wide open. So we know the universe. The universe says to you, hey, look over here, but you're too busy. Then they say, over there, but you're too busy. Then they say, let's get you in a weird mood for a day and make you wonder why you're in a weird mood. Let's get some things going on around you to rattle your cage. But no, you don't pay attention. You just think of all these external factors. And don't look within. Don't acknowledge that it's a message to you. And you lose yourself in whatever's going on. But the universe finally says, all right, see that crack over there? That crack of dissatisfaction? That crack of illusion? That crack of their lack of accountability? That crack of their inability to manage their human emotions and their thoughts and their ways and not taking the clues to make the change? Bring it on. And then the universe starts to chip away and show you more as to why you are not where you want to be. I can't say the word should, because my guides never liked that word. But there's a different version of your journey if you're in a place of dissatisfaction. The only way the universe allows dissatisfaction, uncomfortability, a bump in the road, the only way they allow that is when you're not paying attention and they need to get your attention and make a shift. And they'll force you to take a leap of faith. So if there was ever a time that I would say it's a time to take a leap of faith, now's the time. You may say to me, but I don't have a plan. I don't know what I'm leaping to. Well, maybe you could have had that, but we're here now. We cannot look back. So if I were to have a magic wand on this beautiful new moon, what might we change? What might you want to see differently in your life? What do you desire to experience differently? What version of yourself would you like to be? Clearly, we're all evolving. So there's always a better version, right? There's always an upgrade, right? We have our cell phones, and those cell phones, they're constantly prompting you to update to the new operating system. Well, as humans, we're supposed to be updating. But if I'd ever seen a more stuck bunch, it would be us. Little humans running around, afraid of change. I know some of you say you don't mind change. But those of us who know that change can catch us off guard, we're like, oh, yes, what could that change be? You know, it's that moment in time if you were at the beach. I always think of Jones Beach in New York because the waves would have their moments, that they would be so forceful and fun. Now, in different parts of the country, here in the United States and across the world, I know that there are other beaches that have much more activity as far as waves. But when I look back and I see myself standing in the waters of the Jones Beach and the waves crashing, and my saying, I'll step out a little further, and stepping out further and enjoying the waves. And then that one wave hits you, and then that one forceful undertow pull gets you. And that pull pulls you towards the ocean, the depths of the ocean. Or so it appears. You're about to be lost at sea. It just grabs you. And for those 2 or 3 seconds, you're somersaulting in the waves and you're being tossed around. It seems like forever, but it's a second or two. And then you pop up. Most people have to make sure their bathing suit's still on when they pop up. But you pop up and you're gasping. It's like, oh, meantime, you thought that you had a good grip, that you were navigating that wave, and that you were ready for change. You were ready for the waters to get a little crazier. You had yourself firmly pressed into the sand on the bottom of the ocean. You had your body positioned just so that your weight was evenly distributed. No way was a wave going to get you. Surprise! Off you went. And as you come up gasping for air, uncertain what happened, what misstep did you take, what did you not plan for, you recognize that you're all right, still fully clothed. You then look and say, oh, that wasn't so bad after all. Sometimes it's the fear of the change, the guarded perspective and stance that we take that doesn't allow us to navigate the change. We create a resistance. You know, when the waves take you, you're going to kind of have to go with the wave. If you try to resist, you're going to be floundering. Well, much of that is like life. And many of us have been floundering. And then somewhere, coming into 2015, 2018, we thought we had a plan. When I look at 2018, there was a lot of changes in the energy then too. So if you look back, where were you in 2018? What was going on in your life? What changes were you making, and how were you feeling, and what were you trying to upgrade in your operating personal system? It's time to revisit some of that again. Time for you to be clear as to what else you have yet to do. And I'm not just talking about your emotional advancement and your spiritual advancement. I'm talking about what do you have yet to do that you wish to experience in this world, in the physical, in the creation of your finances, in your relationships, and all the things that you feel have left you behind. Things you have yet to do. Things you thought passed you by. Maybe they didn't pass you by in the way you thought. Maybe it is just that it was the moment that needed to pass because it wasn't the time for you. Everything has its time, and you have your time as well. So before you get out your tissues and look over the past and say, I had a chance and I blew it, I'm here to tell you, you didn't blow anything. Maybe you didn't position yourself well and you got flipped by the wave. But you didn't miss your chance. You had an opportunity to grow. Whatever the obstacle was, it's a growth experience. And I'm sure many of us have a lot of growth spurts. Or I like to call them character building experiences. And this new moon is asking you to look at the character that you have built, look at the posture you have taken, and make your adjustments. Make your adjustments, because when we get bookended by the next eclipse for the moon at the end of the month, you're going to want to have a whole picture as to why you are where you are and what you want. And when we look at why we are where we are, please do not judge. Give yourself grace. So you messed up. There could have been a better path. Shucks. Nothing you can do. It's the past. So cut that cord. Release that story. Stop telling everyone the story of how you failed, or something didn't work out, or somebody done you wrong song, or you were betrayed, or whatever was causing you dissatisfaction, whatever was causing the divide within yourself, whatever was causing you to feel out of sorts and not honor the path before you. Let it go. You'll have that chance coming into the end of the month to really let it go. So let's set your sights on what's to come. What are you going to stop tolerating? What do you want the next several months of your life to look like? There's an obscurity that's temporary at this moment. You may not be able to see your way, but it's temporary. I promise you, it's temporary. It's just like when you're caught within the wave and there's nothing you can do. You're being tossed around and then you come up for air. In that moment that you're being tossed around, everything seems dark. It's obscure. You're not sure where you're going to pop up. Might be a foot or two away from where you were standing, or 6 feet away. But you're going to pop up. So it's time for us all to pop up. Come out of the coma of what everybody wants from you. Come out of the illusion of the things that are going on in the world. Wake up. Take back your power. Take back your vision. When someone says, how are you going to do that in today's world? They're not your tribe. Don't tell them your story. Don't share your dream. Zip it. Because you can be your own worst enemy. People talk too much. It is something that I've come to understand, that we just want to share. We were trained to be social. Share your feelings. Talk. Now, I'm all for sharing your feelings and expressing yourself. But when it comes to manifestation, we talk too much. I had an idea. This is going to happen, and then I'd love this to happen, and I think I'm going to go back to school. And then someone may say to you, well, how are you going to do that? And then they put you down that path that makes you lose your positioning and your stance of security and certainness, and you begin to wobble, and then swoop, you're sucked up by the wave again. Down you go. I don't know if you've ever been hit by a wave several times. It's exhausting, battling those waves. And the more we get sucked down, the more we think we have to fight more. I'm telling you, get out of the water. Go sit on the beach and meditate. Use today, use tomorrow, use this energy to create magic. It's a powerful time. Are you becoming the person that you want to be who's receiving abundance? Is there more abundance that you desire? Are you welcoming new experiences? Or are you afraid to change? Are you holding on to habits that are negatively impacting you, that are not allowing you to be your best version of self? You see, we've been trained to overindulge in so many things in this world. And very much so to distract ourselves. And then these distractions become so hypnotic that these hypnotic suggestions then become integrated in our energy, and then on some level we feel that it is our truth. Go sit on the beach. Go ground yourself in nature. Go ask yourself, what is my truth? Who am I proud to become? Who has God placed me on this earth to be? And how can I evolve to that being? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to be more open to? Who is a part of the circle? Who must remain on the outside as a long-distance acquaintance? How shall I maneuver? What thoughts, what beliefs do I need to let go of that are blocking me? What lack and belief that I am not worthy do I need to shed? What is holding you back? Funny thing is, eclipses come a few times a year. And in that energy, we have these opportunities. The time's been moving so quickly, it's hard to even understand where it's been. But these are monumental moments in your life. If I take you back to 2002, and I say to you, where were you? What were you doing? What was life bringing to you? What were your experiences? And what was transforming you? 2002, around this time. As I said to my guides, well, where have we been? And my guide said, go back to 2002. Take a look. So I took a look, and I invite you to take a look. So in 2002, I had to really think too, because so much happened in that window of time. In 2002, I was in a job that I loved. We were experiencing some changes. We were being taken over by another company. They were based in New York City, in the stock exchange. We were positioned in New Jersey. There was much going on. 2002. After the summer of 2002, I never saw my spiritual teacher again. And then in December of that year, he passed. Major change. And then as I entered the 2003, there were new opportunities arising, but they were pushing our company to go to the city. And there became the journey. There became the dissatisfaction. There became the instability for me. It was right after 9/11 in 2001. And there I was, right there, shuttling back and forth from New Jersey in complete, utter dissatisfaction. But yet loving the job, loving the people, just not loving the situation. So I was forced to make a change. And that change took quite some time. Really took me into the end of 2003, and the official change did not come till January of 2004. So talk about uncomfortable. But I had to set the intention. I had to say, hey, I need a different environment. I need to do it differently. See, many of you come to me and you say, I'm praying for change and nothing's happening. Okay, I know what that feels like because I was there in 2003 and torn. When I tell you I was torn by what I knew, what was comfortable, what was familiar. The environment changed, but I loved the people. I loved the interaction. I didn't want to go, but I knew I had to go. And I knew that there was more changes coming, and I knew it was best to go before the waves came crashing upon me. So I made the change. And when that change came, there was a whole new set of adjustments. But it was an adventure. But it also was a catalyst that took me to a new place and opened up pathways that I could never have imagined. Ones that I would never have felt in my spirit could be a possibility because I hadn't given myself that time. Like many of you at that time, I had been in that mode of survival and work and so much more. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, I'm going to tell you how to look even further at this journey that you're taking and what I took. And we're going to put it together, and we're going to set our intentions when we come back from this commercial break of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on the True Oldie Station. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WDJA AM Delray Beach and in Martin County on 1450 WSTU Stewart. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
That you're looking for right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, all across the nation at 866-972-7247. I'm sure glad to be speaking with you right here on the True Oldie Station, where we've been hanging out for quite a while. 824 live shows. So we are counting up. We're excited to connect with you tonight. We're going to continue with the message from Spirit before we get to our phone lines. I'll pick up the phones at 866-972-7247. So we were talking about the changes that come in our resistance, but the way Spirit kind of puts it, perhaps it was our inability to follow the prompting all along that would have led us a much easier path, and then when the change comes upon us unexpectedly or becomes appearingly difficult to navigate, we tend to freak out and freeze, and we don't really let ourselves experience it the way it could have been. So we get moved along, much like that wave that just sweeps you up into the waters. So when I went about my change, leaving the one job and then stepping into the other, it was an adjustment. It had so much more flexibility, and it was great because it gave me the opportunity to not live in New Jersey and gave me the opportunity to come here to Florida and then Fast forward, there was a whole new path for me. But I had to make the change. But in 2002 and 2003, and I think there was, and I'm not the astrologer, but I think there was an eclipse probably in the time of the end of 2002, maybe the summer. So if I look that window of time and that kind of pushing me to look at where I was, what if I didn't take that path? What if I said, I'm going to stay with the people that I care for and that I feel comfortable with, even though the circumstances and the environment are uncomfortable, even though I don't feel as if I'm going to be rewarded well, but this is familiar, so I'm going to stay. Now, I can tell you, having sat across from so many of you, that is often our response. I'm going to stay. Because of all the things that feel familiar, all the things that we know we can count on, and then the things that are uncomfortable, we just figure we'll find a new way to deal, or we hope it's going to change. And the universe laughs. Ha, 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 they say. People and things aren't going to change. You're going to have to make the adjustment. But we hold on, hoping a person or a situation will change. And they cannot change. But if I had stayed, I would have enjoyed the people, would have had to work a little differently, probably even harder than I was, would have had to get used to this commute from New Jersey, would have had less time with my son because I was spending even more time away because of the commutes. Oh, feels heavy just talking about it. But I could have, because I really liked the people. I loved the people. And I didn't want to abandon ship and be disloyal. But I also, in my inner knowing, that had been awakened by my spiritual teacher, but by no means did I have vision. It was just a feeling, just like regular people, just going, I don't think this is going to turn out so well. Of course not. They stayed there for a while, but swoop, they got bought out and everything changed, and all my buddies that I loved had to scatter in the light to go to different directions, and who went into different parts of the industry and who reinvented themselves. Even the people who own the company, right, were bought out, but they were kept on, and then suddenly now they had to go reinvent themselves. It was interesting to watch. And I would have been a part of that. And maybe I might not have moved so easily after that. One doesn't know because I didn't take that path. What I do know is that had I taken that path, I know the universe would have provided, but I really don't think I would have come to Florida. There would have been no way to get here, no reason to come here, no flexibility. So I would have been on a totally different path. Might I have gotten to this further down the road? If it's my true destiny, I believe it could have come in a different form. But I took the path that felt right at the time, and it was the uncomfortability that forced me to grow. It was the dissatisfaction in the environment and the experience that I chose I didn't want to be a part of. I was going to be true to myself, not true to everyone else. Again, didn't mean I let them down, but I had to be true. So where are you not being true to yourself? Where in this journey are you not honoring what God has wired you for, given you to be in this journey? Because you have some false loyalty to people who, when the light hits them and they have to scatter, they may not take you with them. You may be on your own. And I'm sure many of you listening saying, yeah, I've been there. Well, they didn't care. No, I mean, I know the people I was with, and I know they cared. And I know my boss, if he could have taken me somewhere, he would have. That doesn't mean those people were going to take me. See? So you don't know. But when you know, you know. And I'm going to tell you that if there's ever something this universe is asking you to do, it's to stop ignoring what you know. If you know, why are we asking all these people around us? What do you think? What's your opinion? What's your interpretation? What do you think I should do? The universe is telling you. They're giving you a story. And you're polling the audience watching your story and saying, what do you think? It would be like when I was doing my Broadway work and I was on the stage and I'd point to an audience member. Imagine if I said, do you think I should say my next line, or do you think I should just break out in song and start dancing? They'd be like, what is going on? And of course the director would be like, stick to the script, honey. So this isn't where you break into song. Right? The universe has a script for you. There are versions of it. Sometimes you get to be the ingenue. Other times, you're just the chorus. Just, yay, you're in the background. But being in the chorus gives you an opportunity to really see the whole picture and really observe and really see where you might want to be. Some people are like, oh, I got picked for the chorus. It's not always a bad thing. You can manifest, you can change, you can do anything that you want. I know, I can hear. But I have my family, I've got to feed my family. I have my job, I can't just quit my job. You know, I'm in the relationship, but I can't just leave the relationship. That just doesn't work. And you know, I've got little ones, and the list goes on. Or I've been betrayed and I don't think I can let someone else in my life, and I don't know who I can trust anymore. Or, you know, the people I love and care about, they're no longer on the planet. They're my loved ones and they're on the other side and they're gone and I'm all alone. And, you know, I just don't have any support. And so many more things you could say. So many more things you may be thinking as you're listening to this. And you're saying, I don't know. Somewhere in I don't know is I know. You know. And you have to be accountable for you. If you want someone to be different with you, you don't wait for them to change. You change how you interact with them. You become the better version. And that gives them the opportunity to step into that. Nobody makes you feel anything. You feel it because you have your own fears, insecurities, instabilities, and crack within yourself. So fill the cracks. Find your truth. Find your light. Find your love. And let that love be the love of the universe and God and the angels. Let that love be the love of you and the light that you have before you start saying to everybody else how much you love them. I love when people go, I love everybody. Okay. But are you loving yourself? Are you healing the wounds inside of you that need loving? Or are you just pouring out to everyone else and loving everybody else, hoping that they're going to like you? Hoping that they're going to love you? Hoping that when the change comes, they're going to take you with them? See, in life, we have to make a choice. You're not always meant to go with others, and others are not always meant to follow you. And it's never that you're better or they're better. It's just that we have different paths in life. And when the universe starts pushing you up the path, if you feel someone needs a hand, you can reach your hand behind you, but do not turn around. You need to keep looking forward. And if they're close enough to grab your hand and catch up, then that's for them. If not, they have their own timing, their own path. I read someone, beautiful woman today, and she was in Switzerland, so that was fun. And when I read her, we were talking about her son beautiful, lovely young man. And the way the programs are set up in Switzerland, he's kind of in a position where he needs to decide what he wants to be already. And he's only 15, but I guess that's when they start to groom them for what their possible career could be. And Spirit was very clear to say every flower has its time to bloom. So her son needs more time. But how many of us have been pushed down a path because we didn't get the time and we didn't allow ourselves to have the time? And then we find ourselves halfway down a road we didn't even want to be on. We've been there. Or on a road and making choices because we think that's the only choice we have because we cannot see any other opportunity. So we panic, and make a choice because we need to choose. Because we don't know if we can go much further down the road. But what I've seen is that often if you go just a few more steps, those are the scary steps, that universe is going to open up something for you. That door is going to open. That new person's going to come in. That new job opportunity is coming for you. Everything is coming. And you have all you need. So where were you in 2018? What was life bringing you then? Where were you in 2010? What was life doing for you then? Do a rollback, do a check back, do a look back. Let's see, where were you? And then let's stand in today's energy. And write down some things about yourself. Write down what is most important. Ask yourself this question: who am I becoming? What do I want to experience? What intention do I want to nurture over the next several months? I surrender what I cannot control, and I open my heart to the person that the universe is calling me to become. May what begins with me today unfold accordingly in divine time and divine purpose. And let me be at my strongest point now. And what if this eclipse that we're in isn't necessarily asking you to become someone new, but giving you permission to finally become who you were always meant to be? Let that sink in. There was a song that I used to love to sing, and it's who I was born to be. I am who I was born to be. And Susan Boyle had sung it right after she had won Britain's Got Talent. And it helped take her to great heights and a fabulous career. She was an example of someone who, she didn't fit the mold. She didn't have the look that people would want you to see if you win one of those contests. She was just a regular girl with her regular dream and a beautiful voice. And she allowed that to flow through her. And she won. And she took that leap of faith. And she didn't compare herself to everyone. She said, I'm going to show up at that audition. She stood there and she auditioned, and then she went through all that and won. How many of you would step out and then compare yourself and then shrink back into the fold of the chorus and never give yourself the chance to be the leading person? What do you need to release? Something new doesn't require a new life. It requires a new vision, a new version of how we can live. So we're going to call the angels. So take a breath. And I summon the angels. I summon the higher beings of the light, the ascended master teachers, your spirit guides, your loved ones who have gone before you in the presence of God. And I ask that as the darkness of this eclipse removes the light for just a brief moment, that when the light reappears, that all is revealed. And that you awaken to a new path. That you give yourself permission to experience life differently, that you open your heart and let love be your guide, and that you awaken to the messages of your soul and you follow that and you commit to yourself on this new moon, on this eclipse, that you will be true to yourself. And that even though you may not have all the answers, you trust that the universe will supply it all in divine time, and that you're just going to follow the prompting. And that when fear comes over you, you're going to release it. And you're going to surrender it and ask the angels to assist you and Archangel Michael to surround you and to carve the path for you and use his sword to do the battles that you cannot. And you're going to stand in grace. You're going to stand rooted in the sand that is ever moving, ever changing, always unfolding beneath you. You are going to position yourself in a way that you're always in balance and yet always moving forward. And when the waves of life come and catch you, you're going to stand tall and strong. And if it catches you off guard and knocks you down, you're going to surrender to the journey and you're going to allow it to move you in the direction that you need to be during that period of change that's uncomfortable, and it will deliver you back to the sand, to the solid ground where you need to stand again and continue moving. And on this new moon, you pledge you will not let it shake you. You will not let it break you. You will use it to rise above it all and to live the life you were born to live and be who you were born to be. We thank the angels for their presence. We are awake in this moment knowing that the darkness will turn to light and the light will shine brightly on the path, that we are never alone and we will walk forward together. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. We're going to pop over to Facebook and to YouTube. We're going to answer your questions. We're going to see your new moon message and see what this eclipse is kicking up. I know last week we hung out with Stacey Holler and she said, oh, hold on to your hats. And everyone in their signs has their moment and is going to be impacted in a different way. But you've got it. You've got what it takes to make the change. You've got what it takes to hold the vision. And we've got what it takes to stay with you right here on the True Oldies and Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
That you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
I'm right here on the True Oldie Station. We've been hanging out for a very long time, and we're so glad to have this opportunity to speak with you every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Also very glad to have the opportunity to hang out with all of you at my Expedito Enlightenment Center, and we've got an event coming up. Yep, we were having a nice, quiet, hot summer, but now hot summer in the city time is ready to kick things up in West Palm Beach, and we're launching our first event for the season, for our fall season. We're going to launch it on the 27th. That is the night of right before the lunar eclipse. We're going to have a ceremony at the center. It's also live at the center as well as live online, and it gives you the opportunity to recharge. It is a sound bowl singing experience with chants and messages, and it's going to be a powerful event, and it is most transformational. We're going to be able to release and have this fabulous ceremony and a lot of wisdom and guidance from Spirit as we channel some information for all of you, and it's going to be from 7:30 to 9:15 that evening, which is Thursday, August 27th. And we look forward to seeing you there. You can learn more of this at sarahspiritual.com. So pop on there and register. We'd love to see you be a part of this because it's going to be beautiful working with all my crystal singing bowls. And I always love when Spirit channels songs through me. Never know what they're going to give us, but it's always a powerful experience to activate the light within you and bring about some powerful healing. So we're going to go to our phone lines, 866-972-7247. If you're ringing and we're not getting to you, then our lines might be full for the moment, but don't give up. Don't hang up. We are getting to you right away. And here's how it goes. As I take the calls, there makes room for more calls from you. So as you hear me taking a caller, you'll be like, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to call into Sarah Spiritual, going to ask a question. So let's go to Boca. I've got Charlotte on the line. And Charlotte, how are you tonight?
Well, it's so nice to speak with you again. We haven't spoken in a couple of years.
Thank you.
Did you read my mind today? Because everything that you spoke about in your opening story is exactly what's been happening with me. I mean, verbatim, pretty much.
Verbatim. Yeah. And so let me share with you, Charlotte, before you even say a word. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Charlotte, right? And I wrote down here, powerful movement, powerful change, right? And I see momentum, right? Possible move here. And I'm seeing leading you into 2027. So if you've been feeling the waves trying to knock you down and feeling like you've got to make a change, it's all right here in the journey, and you're exactly where you need to be to get you where you're meant to go. Does that help you?
Wow. It does somewhat, but also time is of the essence.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not 50 anymore. I'm not 60 anymore. And when people hear my age, they go, oh, nobody ever guesses my age. And my birthday is on the 18th of this month.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm tired of saying I'm 69 plus. Now I'm just going to tell everyone I'm 65. But I know I don't look it, I don't act it, but I know that I'm discriminated against in moving forward as far as a new position. I literally left a position today that I didn't want to leave, but I had to make the choice to do it. And
because they
love
weren't
the
giving
people I
you.
was with.
Yeah, you weren't getting what you needed out of the experience. You weren't financially being rewarded. It wasn't clicking the way it could or had in the past. And so you had to clear the momentum so that you could step into a new paradigm.
Yeah.
And you did exactly the thing you were meant to do.
Well, I'll tell you, in all the years that I've been in my industry, and I made the salary plus the commission, and then the Social Security came on board. Okay, I liked what I did. I was good at what I did. I won President's Club a couple of times, whatever. I mean, I liked it. But here, I was not making money, and I loved it. Not that I love not making money, but it's timing. A year ago, when I came on board with these delightful people, I brought in some old clients, and they became clients of ours. And it was fun and exciting. We all had a blast. And I made a few dollars, not a lot. But I said, you know what? It's worth the investment in time to have a good time with what you know. But I'm now learning another part of my industry. But now it's been a summer from heck for everyone. And I don't see it. I don't see people signing anything, and it's too long. And now my bank account is saying, you got to move on. And it was emotional.
Very
I have to admit, it was emotional. I did not want to move on. Yeah. And you and I share the friendships of these people. Yeah. And I just love them to pieces. But now I don't know. I'm used to being out. I knock on doors, I meet and I greet, and I try to do the world for businesses. But I don't think that's in the stars for me now. So I don't know where to be.
Well, you're in the emotional
I don't know where
releasing.
to be.
Understood. And in this emotional time, we're not in the vibration to become inspired. So you have to sit with those feelings that you're feeling because they are valid and real. And you need to sit and remember, you have an opportunity to be a better version of yourself now. We don't have to be the exact version. We need to be a better version. Right. A version that's right for the times. A version that doesn't preclude you from all the things you did. So that's a learned, conditioned way, right? And you say, oh, but everybody else thinks that way. So, I'm at the disadvantage because I could be discriminated against because of X, Y, Z. We don't give a flying banana about that. All right? Because if you hold the vision, then there's going to be somebody else who's going to hold on to the vision with you. And they're going to be like, you'd be perfect to assist us in this. And you're right.
Well,
life is now at this point.
There was somebody a week ago who wanted to hire me.
Yeah.
And we're talking. But again, somebody who only wanted to pay just commission. And I understand that that works for a lot of companies. I do respect that. And if I see that there is a future in doing it that way, then why wouldn't I? But this person who asked me a week ago, I said, no.
But yes, but that's
but
one
now,
person.
Now I'm starting to dig into some money I should not be digging into to live.
Okay. Well, there's no should.
So I got to move forward.
There's no should. But what I do say to you is that in this opportunity that you have of finding the perfect alignment, you get to do whatever you want. And one person does not define the outcome of your future. So, and being a salesperson, you know that, right? We're going to pick up a few shells. We're going to figure it out. But you're going to enjoy this respite because you need the respite to reset yourself and stop looking at what you're digging into because it will and can always be replaced. And as it gets replaced, you have the opportunity to grow it to even more.
And what's really hard is that I know a lot of people, but I'm always alone.
Well,
so the
because
job
part of that was
also social,
what you're doing,
even though I didn't take it to that level.
Exactly, but it was comfortable for you, right? And they felt like family. And when they feel like family, it makes a tremendous difference for you. You know, and I can relate because I still, but that bond doesn't end. That bond never changes. And
I agree.
You know, I can sit here and say, oh, I still miss my boss, Bobby. I still miss them. But I also know that the rest of their journey I wasn't meant to be on. But they're still some of my most favorite people, most favorite bosses. They'll always be.
And what's really interesting, the journey that you should or should not be on versus the journey that you want to be on, and you want to be in that part of the industry, and you want to have the excitement, and you love it, and you really want to do it, but the ends, how does that expression go? The ends and the means don't meet. The money wasn't happening.
The ends don't meet the means or something. Yes, I understand. But
thank you.
Look at it and say this to myself, all right? Say to yourself, I'm a better version of myself, and from this experience, I will attract a version that is all-encompassing and always gives me a taste of what I enjoy. As long as you're getting a taste of it, you'll have your satisfaction.
Well, I will have a taste of it because we didn't say goodbye. We said, hey, and there was a couple of ideas floating around there which were delightful and everything. So, I mean, it was a very honest conversation, and I'm very, very blessed.
You are, and you gave them 100+%, and they appreciate that, and that's why we have that opportunity for you. Something will come.
So how about, do you see a guy in my future? I've never been married. I don't have kids. I just became a great aunt.
So what I see here for you...
But everybody lives somewhere else.
Well, the beautiful energy of relations and relationships here, and when we look at where you are, this is a very expansive time. So even though you're feeling very limited because we're changing and we don't see how we get the whole enchilada, as they say, I see that's why I said 2027 brings a whole new way of being across the board. So yes, that can most certainly connect you to love. It's also going to connect you to, besides the matters of the heart, it's going to connect you to abundance. And when we connect you to abundance, it transforms things. And then you look at yourself in March of next year, and things should have a different feel to them.
God bless you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for your call. We greatly appreciate it. All right.
And I think you're amazing. I hope you have the rest of the evening to be fabulous, and I'll be listening.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Bye for now. Bye.
God bless you. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to continue on our phone lines, and we're going to go to West Palm Beach. I've got Therese, and Therese is on the line. Therese, how you doing today?
Hi, I'm okay. Good to hear from you again.
Good to connect with you
I'm
and
okay.
feel the energy
Good to
here
connect. I
and
yes.
really take you into opportunities. You know, the new moon tells me that this is your time to connect with new people and network. I feel
Mhm.
like there's work opportunities that need to be aligned for you. Are you looking for a better work opportunity?
Okay.
Opportunities of
Yeah.
money?
I just right. I've been just feeling so anxious lately, even though I mean, it seems like everything is going fine. I retired from my job. I have time, but I can't
Right.
seem to get rid of that anxiety that I have lately. It's like
Yes.
something big is coming, whether good or bad. I
Right.
know I have
So,
plans, but and that anxiety brings me depression most of the time lately.
yeah.
So I just feel very confused, and I don't know what's going on with
Yeah.
me.
Well,
Um,
Therese, if I can share with you, this time away from that job to let you meet new people, expand your horizons, connect with new people. It's a networking time. And I do see another way of money coming to you. So even though you retired, there will still be something else that will come, however you choose to engage in a transactional way to go to work and make money or do something on the side, part time here and there. There will be
mhm.
something. But part of the reason for the depression or the anxiety, besides the roller coaster that is the world, there's something else going on. And
Right.
your whole life you've been working and you've been providing and you've been going, and now suddenly you don't have that control over things and you're just being still. So your body is still in that fight or flight, I've got to keep going survival mode, and you're having trouble regulating the body, regulating the activities that
Mhm.
we're so used to going through daily that we do not know how to relax. We do not know how to rest. We do not know how to sit and allow and trust that the universe will provide and that it's okay to do nothing.
Yeah.
You do not know that. And because you do not know that, you're creating anxiety and angst. And it's very popular with people who are getting ready to retire.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, sometimes it's popular even with people who are used to working, and then on their day off, they don't even know what to do with themselves because they're so used to just keeping busy. So you've always been
Right.
driven
Right.
and you've
And my
always been
retirement,
surviving.
really, I was
Yes,
forced to. It wasn't. It's not like I was ready to retire. It's because of health
correct.
issues.
Yeah,
I took an early retirement, but
yeah,
like you said, I mean, you are definitely right. I just have the time in my hands, and I don't know what to do with it sometimes.
right, right. And then you'd also
And
question,
my health is not too good. That to say, but that doesn't really stop me
right,
from doing things
correct. But you
that
see
I
that,
should be doing. Hmm.
but understand this when the health is not what it used to be, and I'm going to paint a picture for you.
Hmm.
So remember when you were 20, you were like, I could do anything, doesn't matter, right? You had stamina, you had energy, you had
Hmm.
vision, you had hope, you had inspiration, right? We had drive. Then you're 30, you're like, oh, I'm young, I can still do it, right? You were 40, right? So as you're moving up, and then the body begins to send you these messages, oh, we're changing. We're not as reliable as we used to
Yeah.
be, right? Then suddenly you don't feel as if you
Hmm.
could handle everything. And then how am I going to handle it if this happens? And then you go down the rabbit hole that takes you down the path of not knowing if you're going to be okay. And now all you have is time on your hands
Hmm.
saying, am I going to be okay? How am I going to bring in good health, right? So seeing
Right.
yourself in this energy of meditation and prayer and envisioning that, you know, your body is healthy, your body is whole, everything in your body is filled with light, right? And there's no disease that cannot get re-evaluated and recalculated in the soul, in the spirit, so that we can be more aligned, so that the body has the power to heal. We have traditional medicine, and that
Hmm.
serves its purpose, and we do what that is, you know, is before us because that's the known way. But then we also have to look at the ability the body has to heal itself when we just relax. And the anxiety is preventing you from
Right.
relaxing. But I do see
Right.
that
Right.
2027 is going to be taking you into a much more comfortable place, right? This next month or two, you're going to be letting go of those expectations of how life is supposed to be and reevaluating what you want your life to look like and taking the time necessary to care for health, making conscious, intentional choices as to what you want to create for your body. And then your body will respond. And once your body responds, everything lines up.
Okay. All
right,
right.
my dear.
That sounds good. Sounds better.
All right. Keep us posted, all right?
Thank you, Sarah. Thank
You're welcome.
you so much.
Thank you for listening to the show. And I hope to see you at the centers. All right. Bye for now.
Yes, definitely. Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. Hey, I sure hope to see you at the center. What center is that? The Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. That's where we have a full supply of all the things you need for your spiritual journey, from your books to your crystals to your herbs to your oils to your sprays to your candles to your jewelry. We've got it all, and we are ready to help you on the path, and we'd love to see you there taking a class or having a session with me, Sarah Spiritual, or perhaps just hanging out and taking a look at all the great things that we have. Well, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. Then when we come back, we're coming back to the phone lines at 866-972-7247. Take a moment, pick up the phone, and join the conversation. And to my friends on Facebook and YouTube, put those questions in the feed because I want to talk to you. Stay with us. You'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, right here on the True Oldie Station. So glad to have you joining us here. We're here every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. So glad that we get to share these experiences together. Particularly tonight, we've got this beautiful solar eclipse day and this wonderful energy of transformation and new beginnings of the new moon. So it's a great day to really take a look at what you'd like to change. If you didn't tune in the very beginning, we had a very, in-depth monologue, but it was what Spirit asked me to share. And we took you right through how to look at this transformation and ways that maybe you may be preventing yourself from moving forward, and some tips as to what you can do. We'll be sure to give you some more tips before the show is over. For this minute, we're going to go back to the phone lines at 866-972-7247. And soon we're going to be visiting our friends on Facebook and YouTube. So pile those questions in the feed, in those comments, and we'll be pulling some very shortly. We're very grateful that one of our Facebook friends was actually able to call in, and she shared her question live here with us on air. So if you're on Facebook and you want to pick up the phone rather than have an interactive experience in the chat, which we can do for sure, we will answer your question live on air while you place your question in the chat. We can do that. So whatever works for you, join us here. We're going to go to our phone lines, and I got to go to Chicago. I got to see what's going on in Chicago. I got Amanda on the line. Amanda, how are you tonight?
I am good. How are you? It's good speaking with you. It's been a while.
It's been a while, Amanda. And let me tell you, this time for you, this new moon is beckoning you to step into your power. Step into your power. Step into your soul. Step into your heart. And let yourself go. That's what they want you to do. You got to move. You got to make it happen. You got to take some chances here, Amanda. Because I'm feeling like you're feeling like a little stuck. Is that true, Amanda?
Exactly.
Yes, but we gotta dig down deep. We're gonna dig down deep, girl. We're gonna pull it up, and we are gonna be like, all right, what do I gotta do to change this story, right? Because I have to fast forward, but before I fast forward, they're gonna rewind me. They're like, let's go forward. No, let's go backwards. So two different spirit guides want to talk at the same time. They're so rude sometimes, my spirit guides. But let's see what they've got to say. So they want to take us back, and they want to take us back to 2019, Amanda. 2019 brings you into this time of change, and 2019 takes you into this transformation into 2020, and we know 2020 was a loop-de-loop for all of us. But we're going to go back. We're going to go back to the total eclipses going on there in the world of eclipses and the time of change that took us in 2018. So, Amanda, Was there a relationship or something going on with you with a particular person in 2018, 2019?
Yes. Yes, I left that relationship. I upped and I left.
You
And I
upped and you
came back
left.
home to Chicago.
Yeah, that's right. So how did I know that? Good thing I got two spirit guides talking to me at the same time, right? So, but you see, they take us back there because you are where you are because of a choice you made, right? Just like I ended up here because of a choice I made.
Yes.
Oh, so now breathe, girl. Breathe, because you're like, all right, I might have made a choice and I'm here, but it's still not working, Sarah Spiritual. I get it. But you took yourself out of something that was very toxic and was not meant for you.
Exactly.
And you stepped into your power. That's why my spirit guide started saying, step into your power. Step into your soul. Right? They want you to be in your power. Because now we need to manifest better work opportunities and we need to manifest better relationships and the people in the circle that we're in. Is that correct?
That's correct as well.
Yes. Now, is there someone currently or the very recent past, but it seems like around now, that we kind of in an outs with, we're not talking to, or there's a little divide going on at this time? Who is that person?
That's a few people. Are we talking just a pure relationship? I broke up with
somebody
now
right?
my ex. I mean, a year ago. I feel like this is just a karmic closing.
It is a karmic closing, okay? And that is the thing we're talking about, right?
Trying to come back.
That was, no. Run, girl. No, because you will get caught in a trap, and the trap is going to keep you stuck for the next 18 months. So we cannot be caught in that, okay? And I don't even feel like he even knows the right thing to do. So we don't want to be somewhere where someone doesn't know the right thing to do. But I also see dissension, divide between you and family. Is that also true?
Yes, my mother, my dad's sister. It's just too much drama. I'm just ready to go.
Yeah, you're done with drama. D. Done with drama. So understand that people are feeling stuck in their own way and they're trying to control you because they need you to act and react in the way that they're comfortable. And because you're not acting and reacting in the way that they're comfortable, they need you to follow through. All right. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. I do not want you to hang up, Amanda, in Chicago. I want you to stay right there. We're going to go to commercial. We're going to come right back and we're going to connect with you. All right, everyone, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
There's a land that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my...
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WDJA AM Delray Beach and in Martin County on 1450 WSTU Stewart. We are South Florida's home for the true oldies channel.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The nation. And we're welcoming your phone calls, and we were chatting up in Chicago with Amanda before we had to go on that commercial break. And so here we are. We're going to pick back up where we left off, and we were talking to Amanda in Chicago and discussing family dynamics and ruffled feathers between family members. And Spirit was sharing with you, Amanda, that it's really important that you understand that your family's trying to keep you in the box that they're most comfortable in, and you need to pop out of that box and choose yourself at this time. Are you with us, Amanda? Yeah.
I'm here.
So it's important that you honor yourself and also recognize that you're going through your soul reinvention, so to speak. And the soul is prompting you, the human, to do your reinvention of self. or redesign, right? We'll call it a redesign. And in this redesign energy, I see here that there's work opportunities coming for you. So are you looking for new work?
At the moment, yes.
Okay. So there is job opportunity coming, but remember, we want a place where we can grow. We want a place where we can expand. We're looking for something that is going to up-level you and give you something to count on over and over and over again. So this is how we want you to envision your work, right? It is an opportunity to earn money and something that we enjoy, and also gives us the opportunity to grow so that we can grow financially, emotionally, and in our role, so that we always have something that will bring us a bit of a challenge that lets us feel like we have meaning in this job that we do.
Exactly.
So this is what comes for you, and it is a journey, and we come to a lot of aha moments in this 2026 into 2027. But if I may, and I fast forward you, and I take you from April of 2027 into April of 2028, there's a whole new world, there's a whole new experience, and there's lots of opportunities. Now, I will also say to you that there is a movement here that this new moon is asking you to evaluate where you live and where you are and where you might want to be, and there's a possibility of a move, not just right away, but if you've thought of making a move, then be open to that, Amanda.
Oh, I'm very open to a move. I'm actually supposed to be moving to Florida. That's supposed to be my spot. That's where my body gravitates to. That's where I'm comfortable at. That's where I know my business will grow. It's just no matter how hard I try here, I always get back stuck in a rut where,
Yes.
okay, if I'm constantly feeding everybody, how can I move forward with what I need to do for self?
Correct.
So now it's like I kind of got to go back into hermit mode where I'm just alone, even though I have support, but still alone where I can grow what I need to grow in order to do the things I need to do. So I feel like the standstill or me sitting in stillness right now is for me to, with the prayer. There's always that one prayer that says, God, remove anything from me that is not meant for me.
Yes.
And he's been moving mountains, and I'm seeing everybody in different lights, and it's like, yeah, this is what needs to happen. So even though I don't like it, of course, who likes to sit without being able to do these worldly things? I'm rich in spirit, but physically is the challenge getting there. So
well,
I'm
it's
just sitting
just
still and allowing
it's
it to
just
just flow.
it's a holding pattern, all right, Amanda. So it's not a challenge; it's a holding pattern, and this holding pattern is ramping you up to step into a vision that's greater than the vision that you could imagine, right? Because God has a greater vision than you could ever imagine, because he's not connected to the limitations that we have as humans of what we even conceive as possible, because that's only based on what our brain can conceive. But God can help us achieve and rise above everything. So it's a very powerful, powerful time. And remember in the monologue when I was talking, I was saying, if you were listening, I was saying that there's a need to not talk so much, right? And so you of your own spirit, your own volition, your own knowing are being told, hey, quiet, stay to yourself, right? In the stillness, right? Be still and know that I am God.
Yes.
So that's how we're going to hear God's whisper in the stillness, right? That's why we need quiet, right? When I connect to people, I need quiet. There could be noise in the background, but I need a particular type of noise, and I need a certain level of quiet. And that allows me to hear the message, right? That spirit is kind of pulling, right? And they're just feeding to me. And it's just like it kind of comes through one ear and flows through my brain and out the other. And in the stillness, you're getting into the knowing. So the move is very good for you, and it's necessary, and you need to break free. And in breaking free, new doors open. Amanda, we're so glad that you continue to listen to the show, and do know that there is a new beginning for you, and that you are taking that leap of faith at the perfect time. And as you move forward into this September time, into October, things are going to begin to really settle in for you. Did I hear you correctly? Did you say you were coming to Florida, Amanda? Did I hear that?
Yes.
All right. You're coming to our home state. And where are you going to land here in sunny South Florida?
Tampa or Orlando. I was supposed to go to, I wanted to come back to West Palm, but
Right.
I guess Spirit got other plans.
All right.
So.
Well, then, you can drive from Orlando or Tampa to come see me at the Expedito Center in West Palm Beach.
Exactly.
We'd love to have you. Well, we send you much love. Know that you're doing everything at the perfect time. And keep us posted, Amanda. Bye for now.
Will do. Thank you.
You're
Okay.
welcome. God bless you. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to keep going to our phone lines. Get those questions in the feed there on my Facebook and YouTube page. But I've got to go to Tina. Tina is in Boca. Miss Tina, how are you?
Hello, sweet angel Sarah. I'm wonderful, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm alive, awake, and enthusiastic, and that's how I like to be.
Can't get better than that. Thank you for carrying the light and uplifting all of us, Sarah. We appreciate you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And as we work through this energy here and this new eclipse energy, just know that things do come to light for you, Tina, and you're getting to see things. Amanda kind of said it. She was like, I'm kind of seeing people the way they are. So you're kind of seeing people in their light, but also in their darkness, Tina. So you're like, oh, wait a minute. There's a little darkness over there in the corner. I think I'm going to step aside. So Spirit has a lot of powerful moves for you. Power moves that are going to put you in order and kind of get you in a better rhythm here. It's about a creative expression of your heart and your soul that's coming for you. And it's about you sowing the seeds of light for everyone that comes into your path. And this new moon represents self-expression, represents colorful creative activities, and represents for you communication. So there's a lot of communication that's going to be around you. So I feel like there's messages that have to come from you, connections with people, talks as to a next move, a next step, something that you want to do. So what is your question, Tina?
Well, that was phenomenal as always. So thank you immensely for that affirmation and confirmation. My question was just, I know my final soulmate is around the corner. I just wondered what month you thought he might show himself finally, which he's worth the wait.
He's worth the wait, yes. And yeah, my guides are funny. Yes, and he'll come with a pocket full of gold. Yes, indeed. Okay. So I'm seeing my guys are like, yes. So, I'm like, all right. Well, we're not painting a leprechaun, all right? You'll be happy to know I don't see a leprechaun. No offense to my leprechaun fans, but...
Well, I love them and you, so...
Yes. Someday he'll come along, the man I love. Right, so what I see here for you in this energy, and you're going to work with me here, because when I see this spectacular flow for you, I see that this is the power love couple year. So I feel that he shall emerge from yonder before your next birthday, right? So you'll be standing out there outside your house or your condo going, the sun's a little bright, but hark, who do I see, right? So there you go. We see, and we see him coming, okay? So I want you to trust that there's a person coming for you, and I do feel that it's in this year. You've been getting ready to be getting ready. And, I had this crazy conversation with, well, it's not crazy, but because if I look at it that way, then all my conversations are crazy. But I had this conversation with a client, and she was talking about the love coming. And I looked at her and I said, how many toothbrushes do you have? And she said, one. I said, how many coffee mugs do you drink out of in the morning? She said, one. I said, how many dinner plates do you eat off of? She said, one. And I said, all three are the wrong answer. She's like, what?
Yep.
I said, okay. And I lost her when I talked to her about the closet. So first I said, we need an extra toothbrush that's out there for him. We need another dinner plate on the table as if he's sitting there. I know people will think you're Delulu, but it's okay. We need an extra coffee mug or tea mug or whatever we're using out for them, right? You need to set the stage, right? And then I told her she had to go into her closet and take some things off some hangers and make room. Now, I can relate to that. The woman has like 3 closets and no room for anybody to have anything. But, we make room, but they just have to be in the hall somewhere. Just no room in my closet.
But you want to make room,
right? Because
Right,
in the
right, right.
manifestation, we want to make room.
Right.
So you're going to sit there
I
and you're
get
going
it.
to take off some hangers and you're going to say, "Hey, this is your spot." Right?
Right.
Here's your coffee,
I
dear.
love it.
You're going to turn down the
Yeah.
other side of the bed,
Yep.
talk to the pillow, and say, "I'm so excited
Beautiful.
that you're here. We're having a fabulous time. What would you like to watch this evening?" Right? And create that momentum. And it sounds crazy
Right.
to some, but it's about invoking and inviting the energy in and being playful, because love does not
Yes.
respond well to, "Oh my God, if they're ever coming, oh, it's Christmas, I'm going to be alone again."
Totally
And, oh, right?
Yes.
So the days of
It-
Hallmark movies, and you're like, "Oh my God," right? We can't be doing that.
Yeah. It needs to be joyful. You're right. Sarah,
Yeah.
that is fabulous advice. I love it. I believe in it. And it's not crazy. It's miraculous conversation.
Yes, I understand.
And you know
I
what?
understand.
I agree with everything you said. Thank you ever so much. Blessings and love to you for all you do for us, and love and light to all of your wonderful listeners too. Take great care.
Yes, thank you. All right. God
Thank
bless you.
You're the best.
Bye for now.
God bless. Bye.
866-972-7247. We got people on Facebook. We got people on YouTube. We got questions, comments. We got stuff going on. I need to check out and see who we have on Facebook. I want to see if we've got a question, if they put something in there. Let's take a look. Take a look at the energy and see who's there for us. Let me see. Hark. Hark. He's yonder. Yes, I could see her. Miss Tina standing outside her house, and the neighbors going, "She is crazy. Why is she looking off in the distance?" Because he's coming. All right, we've got Anne. Anne Swantek is here with us. And thank you, Anne, for being on the show. We appreciate you coming and joining us here on Facebook. And I know you're here almost every week, so thank you from our heart to yours. We appreciate it. Any message from Spirit, anything they want you to know. You know, this new moon really is going to ask you to take a look at what you're so passionate about, and also take a look at, besides what you're passionate and love, they want you to take a look at what irks you, disrupts you, makes you not feel happy. We want you to take a look at the things that disrupt you and release that feeling, kind of put out that fire of frustration that you may experience. We want you to stay in this joy and this peace, because it is in the joy and the peace that you are going to attract this new powerful opportunity for yourself. You know, Anne, I keep wanting to place you in something that is going to be yours and creative and purposeful, in a way that you feel like you're doing something for the world, for humanity, even if it doesn't become something that's a full-fledged official business. I feel like your heart is so big. There's so much for you to do. And I know that you're very specific in how you like to do things, and you are very driven. And this is a time for you to step into that power for yourself and create something new, even if it's just in a playful mode, and embrace that. So this 2026 time holds this vibration of wonderful energy that is going to connect you to creativity and purposeful living. We thank you, Anne, for your Facebook question. And we're going to take one more from Facebook or YouTube if we have someone that's popped up there in our wonderful connection there. And then after that, we'll go to our phone lines. So we have Karina Bodie, and she says, "Hey, Sarah, I can relate to what you're saying today. I had been there for both my sons, trying to keep everyone positive, trying to keep everybody in track, and change isn't easy. Are there any messages for my son?" And she tells me her son's birthday. She'd love to give them a message. So your first son, born in in the month of July. When I look at that energy here, it is a powerful time for them to embrace new gifts for themselves and try new things. It's expansive time for them. When I say expansive for your son, what I specifically mean is time to think outside their box and time to create a new pathway for themselves and not limit themselves, because they can be caught in their feelings and they need to believe in themselves a little bit more. Your son, born in 10-5, that son is really embracing the balance in who they are, coming to understand what they represent, and really has an important message. They're very fair, and they're here to kind of help people in a way that makes them feel rewarded. So your son on 10-5 really could help people through their communication. Even if maybe they may seem a little pensive to you, they have great communication skills and ability to connect with people. But both are on a very positive path and in a really good place in their journey, Karina. And so I want you to just keep encouraging them and letting them know that they have a safe place to connect with you so that they can communicate all their thoughts and ideas in a safe container. Thank you so much, Karina Bodie, for your question. And yes, change is not easy, but it does allow us to grow, and we're all grateful for the opportunity to grow. That's why we're here as human beings. So Lord knows they want to keep us on our toes. Thank you, Karina, for your Facebook question. If you've got a question for Facebook and YouTube, be sure to put it in. Perhaps we'll be able to pull some more in just a little bit. But at this moment, I am feeling really pulled to get myself to the phone lines, and I need to go to Naples, and I've got Angie on the phone. Angie, how are you tonight? Are you with us, Angie?
Yep. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Angie. Good to connect to you. So this new moon energy is bringing you blessings from the angels. Blessings from the angels. And actually, I did a post earlier this week, and these are the exact angels that I see around you, the angels of grace. And they give you grace and this energy of peace, and they want you to give yourself grace and give yourself grace that things may not work out exactly the way you plan, but that there's always a plan, and you need to trust the plan so that it will unfold in the way that is best for you in the vision of what you desire. So do you have a question about a particular plan or a happening going on around you, Angie?
I wanted to know actually if anybody from the other side was around me, particularly my dad's wife that passed away.
Your dad's wife, you said?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who is not your mother, but your dad's wife, correct?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Well, you know, when we go there, we cannot always say we're going to get to a specific person in that process here. But when I go to that energy, they talk to me about the number 2, that's 2 months, 2 years, something about 2, February, 2 months, 2 years. What does that have to do with your family, with your dad, with her? What is that, please?
My grandmother passed away in February.
Okay. So then we have grandma.
On my actual on my stepdad's birthday.
Okay. So your grandma passed. So she passed on your stepdad's birthday, and she was born in when was she born?
She was born in October.
Right, but she passed in February. Okay. So that's who's stepping forward for us here. What was your dad's wife's first name, please?
Anne.
And who's the person who had the issue with their lungs, please, before they passed? Female energy?
That would be my grandmother.
Okay. Grandma's taking the show here.
My dad's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have grandma's front and center here with us today. Was there a specific question or something you wanted me to ask the guides about Anne for you, since I don't have Anne coming through specifically?
Well, really, my grandmother left me something that was meant for only me, and I never got it because of my dad's wife, Anne. So now
no wonder Grandma is no wonder Grandma's running over Anne up there on the other side. Not literally, guys, not literally, but you know, Grandma's like monopolizing the whole
Grandma's
thing.
knocking her out of the way, but I'm just wondering now that she's out of the, now that she's passed, is my dad going to finally do the right thing?
What is your dad's birthday?
I don't know it by heart. He wasn't really in my life very much. September 29th, I want to say 1957.
Okay. Well, your dad's really someone who holds things close to his vest. Really, I know it's your dad, but when I look at the energy, he's got himself like in a little box in the world, and he's reminding me of a cartoon. And I have friends who know cartoons so much better than I do, but I have this cartoon vision of just, I guess it's Bugs Bunny going, mine, mine, all mine, mine, mine. And he's running around trying to hold everything. And that's your dad, right? He looks like a cartoon character, just being ridiculous, trying to hold
he does. In real life.
In real life. But, my sense from your grandma is this is a value. It's not just money. Is that correct, please?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Because she's showing me something like property or land or something. Is there something that was supposed to be deeded to you or given to you that you know of?
It was, and then when she passed, he was given all the paperwork out of the safety deposit box and never talked to me again. And his wife was there at the time, and she had a problem with me, and I asked him if he looked through everything before she looked at it, and he said yes. And I said, well, that was a lie because my grandmother's boyfriend said she was there, and he handed both of you everything, and then he never talked to me again.
Yeah, well, I see grandmother had some property or land she wanted you to have. So now I understand why grandma's coming through so clearly, and I thank her for being so clear for me and showing me this land here. And I don't know that your dad's going to do the right thing.
So I'm wondering, if it was in my name or left for me, is there any way that I'm going to end up getting it, or did he find a way to take it?
Well, you're in that business of, real estate, so you most certainly could see, who's deeded in that property now.
Oh, I don't even know where the property is. Like, I had no idea about where it was located.
Okay. Well.
And I didn't ask her too many questions because I didn't want to, I didn't think she was going to pass away because she had so many times where she got very sick but snapped back, and I didn't ask her this particular time, and obviously now I regret it, but
yeah. Well, if it wasn't deeded to anyone other than her, then that should have been caught up in probate. When did grandma pass?
It's been like 10 years now.
Okay. It's worth talking to a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, can't give you advice. So,
yeah.
Just sit down with someone and see. Because they may be able to pull up all the properties that were in your grandmother's name, and we may be able to see if something was recently transferred to your father. That's a piece of land or property. Like, these things are, trackable. So
yeah.
I would do some. I would be an investigator. Go snooping. Let it see what you can find out.
I'm good at that, Sarah. I've found a lot of things, but not that. So okay. I'm wondering if I should is it even worth reaching out to him now that she passed away?
No, I wouldn't show my hand right now. I would have some facts before. I would have some facts to back it up. And how recently did Anne pass, please?
She just passed in June.
Okay. Way too soon for me to get her anyhow. So that must be another reason why Grandma's got her, All right, my guides are funny here. It's not Christmas. Grandma did not get run over by a reindeer. So but she's running Ann over, okay? I'm hearing in my head, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Just kidding.
I was going to say Grandma's going to knock her out, but...
Going to knock her out, yes. But not... All right, everyone. This is our comedy moment.
Everybody calm down.
Yeah, I know. In the spirit world, they're all happy. They get along. They're all the little buzzes of light. But, from that interpretation, Grandma does not have any angst around this other than she's very clear to point out to me that there is a piece of land or property for you and, that she's with you. All right. So that if she's coming through, then that means it's worth pursuing in some way. So go talk to a lawyer. I almost got really New York with you. I was like, go talk to a lawyer. I started to say talk.
It is in New York.
All right, go talk. Go find out and see what they've got to say. You've got nothing to lose.
Okay.
All right. I mean, maybe an hour's worth of a lawyer's fee, but, you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And knowledge is power. All right?
All righty.
All right. Thank you so much, Angie. And I'm glad Grandma came through for you. And really, she gave us the answer we really needed because based on the vibe Ann has from here on land, I don't think she was going to be so cooperative. And so, by the way, I tell you, I know people who know comics. So I just got the text message that the character in the cartoon that was like, it's mine, all mine was Daffy Duck. See? Thuffer and Thuckatash is mine, oh mine, right? I don't know. We got Daffy Duck
Thuffer
in
and
the house.
Thuckatash.
Yeah, we got Daffy Duck. I don't know. So I told you that. That's why I hang out with cool people. People know all this stuff, right? I can't have all that in my head. I got spirits talking to me. There's no room for Daffy Duck. So, all right, honey. Thank you so much. God bless you. All right. We look forward to talking to you again.
Too.
All right.
Take
bye
care.
for now.
Bye-bye.
Cartoon characters, grandma's getting run over by a reindeer. How many more crazy things they're going to show me tonight? But you know what? We have to laugh sometimes because life throws us curveballs. We think we know. And that was a really interesting thing that Angie shared with us. And I think anyone who's lost a loved one, maybe your grandmother, maybe a parent, you're like, gee, I wish I asked them more questions. I wish I took the time to ask them this. Like, you think that, you've got more time with them, or maybe they leave sooner than expected. Maybe they weren't even sick. And you're like, oh my God, I never got to ask that question. I know I saw my grandmother make many foods, many dishes, and I remember a lot of it, but, I never asked her, hey, could I have the recipes? And now I'm like, all right, well, let's guess. At least in my case, I can kind of channel her and be like, all right, what else should I put in here? And so I hear a little ingredient in my head. So I kind of have a direct link to the cookbook, but it would have been nice to take the time to write it down and have that moment, that exchange with her. And, but I didn't get to do that, right? There's so many things in business. I would have asked my dad, but my dad passed away unexpectedly. So in a very short period of time. So it wasn't like I was sitting there going, oh, tell me all your business ideas so that one day if I'm ever in business, I would know what to do. So what I ask him now, you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And he'd be like, don't worry. I'm like, all right, the Greek has spoken. So we're going to go back to our phone lines and we want to talk to Boca. We got Sandy on the line. Miss Sandy, how are you doing today?
How are you, Sarah?
I'm doing well. Crazy, I was thinking about you earlier today. So I don't know if you were sending up a smoke signal, but I was thinking of you. So how are you?
Well, it's been a rough year, to be honest. Today, the energy is fabulous today. I'm sitting in it, listening to you, and I just heard Angie, as far as that went. But,
yes.
That her birth dad was a piece of work. So it's okay, But otherwise, my life has been interesting. I have been jumping in the abyss. My ship sailed away and, I hit rough waters and, then I had, destiny helpers come across me to help me with something. Yeah. So it's been a rough go because I've had people try to harm me. They stole from me. They tried to harm me. They tampered with my stuff where I landed and I had to get out quick so I didn't end up, unalived, which that was just recent. So it's been an interesting year this year for myself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting, and I'll tell you that this is the year that if everything was going to get turbulent, this is the year. And it is the year of change. And in your case, anything that was cracked or wasn't meant to be in your life or your path was going to reveal itself. And if we didn't heed a warning or feel a feeling significantly enough, things were going to get tumultuous, and they did, right? And almost catastrophic.
Absolutely.
But the
well,
universe
it was like
had to
Hurricane
get you.
Sandy when she came through.
Yes, I remember that. When you had to get from point A to point B, when you had to leave, you were being prompted to leave a situation for a little while, but then when it was time to go, you had to move.
Right.
Okay? And now in hindsight, which doesn't necessarily help us, but it's a good way to learn. In hindsight, had you made a move a little sooner with a little bit more grace, right? I know we were waiting for the right time, but maybe had we paid attention to some clues even a year or two prior, right? So now you ended up on the path that has many bumps, many cracks, right? And it's like the fault in California, and you're like, okay, there's an earthquake and it is splitting right before me. And then Sandy's like, can I leap across the cavern? Yes, you can, honey. And so many of us have been there, Sandy. We've been sitting there going like, if I jump, can I make it? But you had no choice. You had to jump.
Well,
and so you jumped and you made it happen. And that's important.
But the last thing was really, really scary. But yes, I agree.
Yeah. Yes. And so now we've moved again, correct?
Yes. And you told me at some point, I don't know when I talked to you months back, you're like, you're going to move again. And I didn't understand that at the time. And I'm like, oh boy, I had to run out of that place.
Yes.
Run
out of that place. Absolutely. And so it gave you the opportunity to move forward. And now the path is going to open up, okay? It's like you landed somewhere that you had to land because we just had to flee, kind of. And so now we're in a new path and we're rebuilding. And that which was unjustly taken from you, if it doesn't come back to you in the exact form, the universe will return it in another way.
Okay. Well,
so you have to trust
the
that.
one man, they were psychopath people, to be honest. And the one man next door, like I said, they've done things to the previous neighbor because he ended up passed on, which I didn't know that at the time. And he ended up breaking his femur, and he was like, well, I had a car accident or a motorcycle accident. I didn't have a scratch on me. I'm just like, if people walk with people and they don't, the protection on some people, people don't see that. So, they think everybody's vulnerable at the same level, in the human form, not just in the spirit form.
Right. Well, Archangel Michael definitely with you. So we know that you're protected. You're blessed and protected, and the sword goes before you. So you move forward, Sandy. And this time for you closes out. When we get to your birthday, you're done.
Okay.
We're on heading towards this clean slate, okay? So any residue or anything within yourself, gee, you know what? I really should let go of this. Gee whiz, I need to let go of this person that I'm talking to or this friend. Or, gee, you know what? I need to make this adjustment. Or, gee, I need to pay attention to this in my finances. Then things will change for you.
Right.
Okay?
Okay. They're starting to shift. And like I said, that was what my question was, because I was asking my sister, for something financially helping me, but like she thought, it was possibly a scam. But like I said, I'm on the right path now, and I know I am,
Yes.
It's just scary for her because I know she's dealing with her own stuff.
Well, yes, but you know what? We're all in this together, and sometimes we need a whole bunch of fingers to help plug the holes until we can get the water out of the boat and we don't sink. So here we are.
Gotcha.
We got our fingers and our toes, and that's what we got. Right? But you'll get to the
That's
shore,
what we
and
have.
you'll be fine. All right, honey. Thank you so much for your call. We
All
greatly
right, thank
appreciate
you.
it. God bless you. Bye for now.
Thank you. Take care. God bless
You too. Bye.
Bye.
866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to come right back to our phone lines, so stay with us. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual, on the True Oldies station. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Across the nation at 866-972-7247. So glad to have this opportunity to connect with all of you and connect all of our little hearts and souls and get the guidance from the divine so that we can give you the messages that you need, particularly on this new moon solar eclipse day. It's a powerful day and we're just loving it. And if you'd like to have a personal session with me, Sarah Spiritual, you got things you need answers to, you've got loved ones on the other side you want to chat with. Do you have a question as to where your spiritual path is meant to go and how you could learn and develop? Well, then visit sarahspiritual.com and there you'll see all the different sessions that I have. And you'll also have an opportunity to take a look at our wonderful singing bowl of spirit sound expression for our lunar eclipse that we're going to be doing on the 27th of this month, live at the Expedito Center. There we're going to be experiencing sound and song and chants and prayers and the beautiful singing bowls, and we're going to hear all about what the spirit world has for us in this transformational time of this lunar eclipse that comes just after this solar eclipse that we have today. So love to see you there. Visit sarahspiritual.com. Be sure to register. We love that experience. Well, I've got to go to my phone lines because we've got people on hold, and we are going to go to Barissa. I think I said that right. In Fort Lauderdale. Barissa, how are you? Are you with us? We are looking for Barissa in Fort Lauderdale before we have to go off the call if we do not hear from you. Hello, hello. Okay. I don't think she hears us. So we're going to pause her. And from there, from Barissa in Fort Lauderdale, since I don't think she hears us, we are going to go to, of course, we hear her. So apparently I'm in her living room. She just doesn't know it. But let's go to Jasmine. And Jasmine is in West Palm Beach. Jasmine in West Palm Beach, how are you tonight? Hello, Jasmine. Do we have Jasmine here? Jasmine in West Palm Beach. We might have everybody all mishmash quick right through the system here. All right, so let's try Barissa again. We'll see if we have Barissa. All right, we are in people's living rooms, and they have forgotten that we are there. Do I need to send Spirit to start moving some things in their living room so that they know that Sarah Spiritual's waiting on them? Well, perhaps not. So, well, we'll put them back on hold, see if we can get to them later, and then their miss is the good fortune of us being able to connect to Palm Beach Gardens. And I don't know, but I heard there's a birthday there. So, Palm Beach Gardens, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Danielle. Happy birthday to you. There we go. See?
Oh, thank you. I love that.
Well, welcome. We're so glad to have you joining us here tonight, and we do wish you a very happy birthday. I know, this has been a very interesting year for you. So I am sure you're looking forward to this new birthday year, this new season in the sun, where you can definitely look forward to some changes here, because it is your time. It is your time to get things back in order and kind of get your power and your mojo going, and stop being at the effect of other people and their ways and their temper tantrums, right? So, Miss Danielle, what is your question for us here in this new moon eclipse? This should be burning up some old stuff around you. Well, Lord knows you got a lot to burn. So how can I help you?
That's for sure. Well, I just wanted to know whatever you think or feeling. It's my birthday, so, family.
It's a good time.
Family and anything from my family, any messages, any thoughts,
your mom is here.
Anything. I'm open.
Your mom is here in the energy, standing above you, and interesting. When I look at the energy here, and I see your mom standing over here, and then I see your dad over here, right? And your dad's energy, I don't know. Your dad is a funny guy. He's like, and he really is here to support you. Mom's here to support you, but your dad is really stepping forward, and he's like, tell her it'll be all right. Tell her she'll have enough. Tell her to stand up for herself. And that he's backing you here. So he wants you to stand up for yourself.
Charlie. Wow. Okay. I hope I've been doing what he wants me to do, because we can't speak unless I'm through you, but
yes,
I've been trying my best.
And did you sign something recently, or was there an agreement made or something recently? Did we come to some partial agreement here? Because they're showing me like a paper or something.
Absolutely. Unbelievable. This was just earlier today.
Earlier today. Yeah, I see that. So
agreement,
are we
divorce.
All right. So we moved down the path. We're coming out the other side, right?
Oh, I'm telling you, it's like passing 25 stones. And I've never, that feeling of like, I just want to get rid of it.
All right. Well, you're closing out the chapter now.
I'm crossing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're closing out the chapter, and I think it's a great birthday gift, right? I mean, a better birthday life would have been, we didn't have to have this whole catastrophic blow up, but here we are, right? And you know better now, and, the mask was taken off, right? The light revealed the darkness, and you no longer wish to reside with darkness. So, here we are.
Right.
And, you don't want to fall for the illusions and the games and the disruption, Danielle. And so,
that was pretty, unbelievable, very unsettling. The whole idea. I mean, doing what I have to do, and I just pray. I really, honestly, that's why I come to you also, is because it's just for the spiritual guidance and prayer, because I needed everything and anything, because I was physically really being I'm in so much pain, not just emotionally pain, but physical.
Yeah, because
that
you're
I
being
just couldn't
drained.
take, my body's saying enough.
Yeah. And, your ex is a vampiristic person, very much drained your energy. It was very just manipulative. Okay. Your father, I think your father really wants to, call him a schmuck. So I don't know what to tell you. So,
that's in a kind way.
Yeah. Well, we are on national radio.
She doesn't even know the half of it. I know. I get that. Isn't that terrible that you have to censor my?
No, because you know what, you don't think your dad doesn't understand or know, because in the spirit world, he sees it, but he also has the wisdom and the knowledge in the light with your mom, and this energy of the karmic story behind it, right? And why it had to go this way, and what the lessons are for both of you, both you and your ex. And so they're in a little bit more in the know than you are, and your ex is, and what's coming down the pike for him next, and what your path is going to be. So they have that understanding. So they have a little bit more grace to that approach here. And there's your grandmother on your mom's side, your mother's there as well, please. So she's stepping forward as well. So you have, like that kind of real grandma nana kind of feel to her, right? Mushy gushy, lovey, kind of squeezy kind of energy, right? So she's just like, pinching your cheek and squeezing you to death, right? So that's how she can send you love, right? And that's how I see her. And so she's bringing you that energy, and she wants you to know that you're right and you'll be fine. And we're coming to a close, and by the time we get to the end of November, I really feel like everything should be in its place, and we should have everything completely sorted out. Even if we sign something, there's still little lingering things that have to be handled, but I feel like you're moving along, and you're finally coming out the other side.
Oh, God, help me. I swear to God, I said heaven is looking better and better to me, because this is terrible here in the
let's
physical.
Universe. She's kidding. So in this day here on your birthday, you got a lot of time here, Danielle. You got a whole nother half a life coming, and I see a lot of great things coming for you. And this year is going to get things in better order and balance. And by the time we get to your next birthday, a whole new world. You're going to be in a nice place. So just let's let the dust settle. Thank you. We're going to let everything just kind of settle out, and just let you have that sense of peace and know that you're okay, and then everything will work out. All right?
Oh, you know what? This was such a gift to me. I have to tell you, this ended my birthday in the best way, and you singing happy birthday, you have an amazing gift of your voice, not just your gift, obviously. Your spirit gift, but your voice gift is another one. So I thank you, Sarah. You're very special.
Pleasure. I appreciate that, and we're wishing you the very best of birthday years, and another trip around the sun, and we'll get a little bit of a fog as to last year. We'll try to forget that one as much as possible, and onward and upward you go, my dear. Thank you so much for your call. We appreciate you.
I'm going to have a good night's sleep.
All right.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you. You take care and be safe.
I will.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, interesting. We've got grandparents, we've got parents, we've got grandmas pushing other people away, and we've got a lot of people up there just looking out for us. And I always know that my family's looking out for me, and some of them are probably sitting there going, how'd she get there, right? Like, what? How'd she get from that to that, right? How'd she get from singing in New York City to hanging out here with all of you? Well, you never know, right? Life brings changes, and we have to follow the prompting, right? And follow what your heart is telling you. And in this solar eclipse day, write your intentions down. Set the vision. And ask God the question, what is the life that you have for me? Who do you desire me to be? Get a little insight from God. We always ask our friends and family, do you think I'm good at this? Do you think I'd be good at this job? Do you think I look all right? Well, all of that's fine and dandy, but you have a contract with God. Earlier I was talking about how much I love my Boss Bobby and Dave and Ken and all the people that I worked with, right? And it was a great experience. But now I got a bigger boss than all of them. And last time I checked, I don't think we're merging with anybody else because I got the big boss in the sky. I get to work for God. And when you work for God, everything falls into place, even in the crazy moments. And I get to see some crazy moments, just like all of you. But when you move forward, you have to trust the process. And right now is this window of time. So take that leap of faith. Commit to yourself. If you can't make an instantaneous change, well, of course, some things have to unfold. But make the choice to change. And once you make the choice to change, choose to stay in alignment with that vision. Don't wobble. Don't let the wave catch you off guard and flip you around in the water. Stay diligent. Stay focused. Set the intention, hold the intention, do not waver, do not lose yourself in how is it going to happen, when is it going to happen, I don't know. You have to trust. And when you make that choice, amazing things happen. So I know that the universe has a special gift for all of you. And it's the gift of love. And if you could love yourself as much as the universe, God, and the angels love you, then you would be invincible. You would be the greatest energetic being on this earth, because all that would govern your life is love. So write your intentions and focus on how much you love who you are. And if you see that crack that says, oh yeah, but there's this one part of me I don't like, then do the work to fix, to adjust, to shift the belief around that insecurity, that uncertainty, that discomfort. And then everything's going to turn around. You'll see. We're all going to be all right. I know it doesn't always look that way, but trust the experience. Trust that things are going to shake up, burn up. There's going to be a lot going on in the world. We can't stop that from happening. But God's got a place for you and a journey that has your name on it. And your soul being here on this earth is meant to make a difference. Just like me. We all have a place. So let's go. Focus. Be the light. Let go of that doesn't serve you. And I will see you next Wednesday night right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. We'll be coming in at 825 live shows. Visit sarahspiritual.com. Pop in at the Expedito Center in West Palm Beach. I'd love to see you. Till then, good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
Love may open up enough.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WDJA AM